Happy June, Mama. Welcome. Depending on when you're listening to this, as at the time of the recording and when it's being published, it's June 2nd. So it's June. It's summertime. We're here. We made it. It seems like from January to now, it flew by. And I know I probably say this all the time. It has been going by, time has been going by so fast. Every single year, it seems to be going faster and faster, especially now that I'm a mom and I have a little girl. It's crazy. But summer is here, and I love the summer. Even though it gets pretty hot and spicy where I live, summer is so much fun. There's so many fun things to do. Maybe you have vacation planned. The kids are out of school. There's just so much. The sun is out longer, which is cool. So you can go to the park, you can go on a walk. It doesn't feel like the days are super short. And I know that you're a busy mom, so that's why today we're talking about healthy summer habits that are going to help you stay successful when it comes to the busy summer. Because if you were wondering how you were going to be able to keep up your energy or stay on track with your nutrition when you go on travel, vacation, and still feel good in your body, this episode is for you, because I'm going to be sharing 3 practical habits that will help you feel strong, nourished, and energized all season long. Let's dive into this. I hope you enjoy today's episode. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos, struggling to rebuild your strength, heal your core, and feel confident in your body again? Hey mama, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mama who understands exactly what you're going through. Welcome to the Strong and Nourished Mama podcast, where I help busy moms like you regain your energy, rebuild strength, and feel amazing through simple, science-backed nutrition and fitness strategies. If you're ready to go from depleted to strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Before we dive in, I want to share this amazing review from Sarah. She said the podcast is educational and motivating. As a mom of 4, I absolutely love this podcast. As a labor and delivery nurse, there is a huge gap between pregnancy and postpartum care, and I appreciate Val and her knowledge so much during the postpartum period and beyond. From nutrition to meal planning to exercise, this podcast is packed with all the needed information on how to thrive as a healthy mom. Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to write that amazing review, those kind words. I'm so grateful that you're able to get so much great information out of the podcast. And Mama, if you're listening and you haven't left a review yet, I would totally appreciate it for you to take 60 seconds out of your very busy day to go to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave a review, screenshot it, send it to me, or tag me on Instagram at wellnessbyval_ so that I can see it. Thank you so much. This is able to get the podcast in the hands of so many other moms who need this information. So it's June 2nd. And today is the first day of the 21-day summer reset challenge. It's 21 days where we are going to be able to connect, work together, work out together, and make nourishing recipes. So it's really just a challenge to kick off the summer in a way that we can stay sustainable with our habits, and also just to be able to connect with other like-minded women. And just because the challenge started today, it does not mean that it's too late for you to join. You can still get access to the 3 workouts I'm going to be sending you per week. They're strength-based workouts that you can do anywhere, 30 plus quick nourishing recipes, supplemental guidance, weekly mini missions to build real momentum, and then of course what my favorite is support from a private community of like-minded women. So go to wellnessbyval.com/summer to save your spot. I'm going to actually leave enrollment open the rest of this week, the week of June 2nd, 2025, because if you're still kind of thinking about it and want to join and get access to all this great information, then I would love for you to join us and start this summer off strong. I was working with a client and she was able to get into a really good routine with her movement and her nutrition. She was meal planning, she was prepping, she found this amazing routine while managing work and her family life. And she felt amazing. She loved it. But then summer came and she completely stopped everything she was doing. She was consistent when it comes to meal planning, prepping, walking, movement, finding balance with everything in the busy mom life. And she was consistent with it for the last 9 months. And then she stopped when summer came. She said, it's summer and the schedule is different, so I can't do my morning walks. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I told her, listen, if there's one thing that is for sure in this crazy life of ours, it is going to be change. And especially as a mother, we need to be able to be okay with change and be flexible, especially when it comes to our nutrition habits, our wellness habits, because that's going to support us and our well-being so that we can therefore support our family. We can be there for our kids, for our spouse. So we work together to find a summer routine that's different from the rest of the 9 months of the year, where she was able to continue all the great habits that she started 9 months prior. And it looked different. It was a totally different routine, but she was still able to get in her movement. She was still able to prepare meals that were going to be great for the family during the summertime. And it didn't feel like it was overreaching. It didn't feel overwhelming for her. And then when the fall came, when the kids went back to school, she started her other routine. She got into a new routine of being able to continue those supportive habits. Listen, summer is busy. School is out. If your kids are in school, we have vacays. We have long nights, patio hangouts with summer beverages. Like, I love going to a brewery, hanging out on the patio and just chilling. And a lot of the times we think, well, I can't do that if I'm trying to reach my goals. I can't drink beer, or I can't eat pizza, or I can't enjoy the barbecue. And that is not the truth. That is not the case at all. So how can we stay consistent with our habits, or at least change them? Maybe they look a little bit different, or at least the routine looks a little bit different, to be able to be healthy all summer long. So let's get into it. Let's talk about 3 habits that you can really focus on this summer. Healthy habit number 1, quick, energizing meals. We need something that's quick and something that's going to fuel us for the busy, busy days during the summer. And you don't need to cook every single day. We don't need to overthink it. We want to focus on balanced meals, whether we're making something at home, it's something quick and easy like a backup option, or we're going out to eat. So where is my protein? Where is my fiber? Where are my healthy fats? And then of course, a little bit of carbohydrates are going to be in there as well. I want you to go back and listen to episodes 9, 13, 19, and 23, because in all of these episodes, I talk about balanced meals, easy ways to get in a high protein breakfast, and quick dinner ideas on busy days. So this can be something that you can refer back to get more of that information. But here are some quick summer-friendly meals that you can start to incorporate this season. Smoothies. This is a great time. It is hot. It is hot, and smoothies are easy. They are delicious. It's not a lot of cleanup. So really making sure that your pantry and that your freezer is stocked with frozen fruit, with frozen greens. Your pantry has ground flaxseed, chia seed, and then you have protein powder. There are so many different recipes that you have access to. I mean, of course, I give a lot of high protein recipes to my clients, but this is going to be a great way for a busy morning. It can even be for dinner. I remember when I was going to hot yoga consistently, which I've been wanting to get back into. I just haven't found the time to fit it into my schedule. Maybe that's my summer goal. But after hot yoga, when I would get home at 7:30 at night, I would have a smoothie for dinner. And it was cooling and it was so nice. Lately, I've been doing smoothies for breakfast, and my toddler loves them. And they're high in nutrients, and like I said, they're quick and easy. Something else that you can do is build your own salad bar. Get so many different like veggies, nuts and seeds, feta, or different types of cheese and a good protein. And you can just throw together a salad bowl or even a protein bowl, protein veggie bowl. And that can be very nourishing as well as easy during the summer months. And don't forget about sheet pan dinners, or even grilling with different veggie combos. So I know with sheet pans, you're putting that in the oven. It's hot. We probably don't want to turn the oven on. Let's grill something instead. So making sure that you have the needed tools for the grill to be able to cook your veggies, to be able to grill your meats. You can marinate in so many different ways. I personally like to use Primal Kitchens. And if I don't have Primal Kitchens or anything else to marinate in that's like pre-made, I will just do avocado oil because it can withstand high heat. I do apple cider vinegar. I do lots of different spices, and it is delicious. And the meat is it's just so good. And then some other things you can think about: adult Lunchables. Really just snack plates for lunch. Maybe you get some type of protein. Maybe it's deli meat. Maybe it's just leftover chicken or some type of protein. Maybe it's a little bit of cheese, some veggies, hummus, or guac. And you have this adult Lunchable, this snack plate that can actually be enough to have as a meal for lunch. As I mentioned, you are going to be getting 30 plus recipes that are high in protein and easy to make, as well as delicious in the 21-day summer reset challenge. So go to wellnessbyval.com/summer, because right now, if you're listening to this in the first week of June, you're still going to be able to have access to that challenge. So habit number 1, quick energizing meals. Habit number 2, boosting your energy naturally. Fatigue is a common summer symptom because you're constantly on the go, just like any other season of the year, but especially with your kids at home and you're having to manage working and you're having to manage pickups and extracurricular activities, like all of these things, camps, vacations, it can be super, super exhausting. So let's look at the big boulders. Let's look at the basics, the foundations that are really going to support your energy naturally. And they're not sexy, I know. They're the basics, they're the foundations, but it's really going to help you. Hydration. It is hot. It is really, really hot. And we have to make sure that we're drinking enough fluid to be able to support everything that we're doing, especially if we are losing more fluid through sweat. And if you are sweating a lot, then we also have to pair that with some electrolytes. We also have to think about sleep hygiene. Now in the summertime, it's super easy to stay up late and sleep in, and that disrupts our circadian rhythm. And that makes it harder, especially when Monday comes and you have to go back to work, or when you have to get into the new routine in the fall. It feels like you're hit by a bus. You're like, oh no, how am I going to survive this? So I'm not saying that you can never stay up late or sleep in. It's just when it comes to sleep hygiene, we have to really focus on staying consistent with our pre-bed and our wake-up time, especially the wake-up time. We have to anchor that, because otherwise you're going to put yourself in what's called social jet lag. So it's like you're crossing all of these time zones. You know, jet lag is just horrific, but you're not crossing time zones. You're literally just staying up late and sleeping in. So by the time the new week comes around or the new season comes around, that's why you're so exhausted, and it's really, really hard to get good sleep and then be exhausted the rest of the day. To boost energy naturally, we also have to focus on snacking smarter to avoid sugar crashes. So let's try to avoid as best as we can, depending on what you're doing. This is super individualized, so I'm being very general here, but let's try to avoid naked carbs, meaning instead of just having carbohydrate for your snack, I want you to try to pair a fiber, some healthy fat and protein with that snack. So instead of an apple, maybe you have an apple, a little bit of pistachios, a beef stick, and a strained cheese. And some of you may be thinking, oh my gosh, that's way too much for a snack. And it's really not. It's going to have all the needed things that you need to build a balanced snack. And it's going to give you the protein, the fiber, as well as the healthy fat to be able to balance those blood sugars so that later you don't feel like you're dragging. When it comes to energy and all of these things that I've talked about, hydration, sleep hygiene, pairing your carbohydrates with those other macros, we cannot neglect the circadian rhythm, which goes back to sleep hygiene, but morning sunlight and movement. So the morning sunlight tells the body, hey, it's daytime. Let's stay awake. Let's release these hormones and do all the things that we need to keep us awake and feel good during the day. So if we're not getting that morning sunlight, that's not going to communicate to the brain that it's daytime. And if we're not getting in movement, but we're still working and we're doing all these other things, especially during busy work days, at the end of the day, you're probably mentally exhausted. I know you are. I talk about this with clients every single day. So in order to help with that, with the energy, especially depending on what your routine is this summer, try to get morning light. And that can look like you going on a walk with the dogs in the morning when the sun is rising. It can look like you just opening up the blinds or stepping out in the backyard while sipping on your coffee. It doesn't have to be this intense thing that you're adding into your routine. And the movement can be little micro movements or exercise snacks, meaning it's just 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there of you taking the dogs outside, walking out with them, taking a little lap around the building, whatever it is that you need to do to be able to get in that movement, plus structured exercise when you can. And I don't want you to chase caffeine. Don't chase caffeine. Chase habits that are actually going to fuel your body. And this doesn't mean that you can never have caffeine. It just means that if you are chasing caffeine because you're so depleted, low energy, then we really need to look at our hydration, sleep hygiene, how we're fueling, and then the morning sunlight and the movement. For more information on energy drains, go to episode 42, where we talk about the 3 hidden energy drains moms face, and then episode 22, 5 must-have nutrients for healing and energy postpartum. Habit number 3, routines you can actually stick with, something that's actually sustainable and realistic as a busy mom. Summer won't always allow for rigid routines. So during the school year, when your kids are in school, and during the fall, the spring, you may be able to have more of a rigid routine. Okay, this is what we're doing during the day. This is our nighttime routine, our morning routine. But in the summertime, we're not going to have that. So we have to be able to be flexible. We have to go for flexible rhythms. So let's think of simple morning and evening anchors, morning movement, evening wind down. Whatever it looks like for you. I like to work out in the morning. I like to do it early. I like to get it over with. And then I like to move throughout the day. And then in the evening, I really try to focus on winding down. So look at your summer, see what's going on, and also look at each week. Each day it may be different. Maybe Fridays you're off. So what are your Fridays going to look like? Maybe Mondays are a very busy day. So maybe that's your walk only day to be able to get in some movement. I also want you to think about how you can schedule in 2 to 3 workouts weekly, not 7. So let's not go crazy here, because if you don't get 7, you're going to feel like a failure, even though you're not, and then you're not going to stay consistent with the habit of exercising. So pick 2 to 3 days per week of where you can get in these scheduled workouts. And through the month of June, for the 21-day summer reset challenge, I'm sending you 3 strength-based workouts per week that are progressive. So there are your 3 workouts. You don't have to think about it. You just have to put it on your schedule and do it. They're 30 minutes or less. So if you don't have the time this summer, if time is the issue because you're so busy and strapped for time, then instead of trying to get 45, 60 minutes or just not working out at all, let's shoot for 20 to 30 minute workouts, because you can get so much done in that time. I just taught a class last week that was 30 minutes. It was a 30-minute strength class that included a cool down as well as a warm up. And we got a lot done in those 30 minutes. And you can do this with your family. You can do it with the kids. You can do it at the park, in the backyard, on travel. I also want you to think about making a family calendar or a personal planner to carve out time for yourself. You still need time for yourself, mama. Self-care is not selfish. You need that time. So maybe that's in the morning. Maybe it's in the middle of the day. Maybe it's part of your wind down routine in the evening after you put the kids to bed. Something that's going to help you carve out that time for yourself and to be able to give your body what it needs. Something that's going to be super helpful is habit stacking. We've talked about it on the podcast before. So for example, hydration while prepping breakfast or stretching after brushing your teeth. Maybe in the morning you want to get in some movement. So after you brush your teeth, you do 10 push-ups. Or after I eat lunch, I will take the dogs on a walk. Something that's going to bring 2 habits together to make it easier. Go back to episode 4, where we talk about, does it really take 21 days to make or break a habit, to get more information on habits and motivation. So, quick recap. Summer is a busy time. Schedules shift. School is out. Life is a little cray. There's travel, barbecues, lack of routine, and that's okay. So let's learn to be flexible. There's no such thing as perfect, so we got to go with the flow, but we can still focus on staying consistent with our habits, our behaviors to reach our health goals and to feel good. So the 3 habits that are going to help you be successful this busy summer: habit number 1, quick energizing meals; habit number 2, boosting your energy naturally; and habit number 3, routines you can actually stick with. You got it, mama. This summer is going to be busy. It's also going to be fun. And I know that with these 3 habits, you are going to be able to conquer your summer. If you want a plan and a community to stay strong and energized this summer, don't forget to join the 21-day summer reset challenge. It starts today, Monday, June 2nd. Enrollment is open for the rest of the week. Grab your spot through wellnessbyval.com/summer or through the show notes. I can't wait to see you in the challenge. I have been paying close attention to what you have been asking for, and I have been reworking something big behind the scenes. So starting August 4th, I am launching an all-new postpartum program, and it's unlike anything I've done before. This one goes beyond core healing. We're going to be talking about real nutrition, energy boosting meals, safe fat loss without affecting your milk supply if you're breastfeeding, realistic workouts you can do at home, and a strong mindset to support it all. It's everything I wish I had as a postpartum mom. If you've been struggling to feel like yourself again or want a plan that actually fits your life, get ready. And yes, it includes core and pelvic floor healing because I am never going to leave that out. That is so, so key. I'm going to be sharing more information in the coming weeks and in the coming months. But if you want to be the first to hear about it, make sure you get on my email list to get all of the information. I'm also going to be sharing a workshop that's going to be exclusive to those who sign up. Go to wellnessbyval.com/workshop so you can get more information about the free workshop as well as the program. Can't wait to see you there. Stay strong and nourished, Mama. Hey Mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If it resonated with you, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom, a mom who's looking to make healthy eating and exercise easier, because we need that. And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It truly means the world to me and helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I will be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.